Oh, hi there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RPM League, the wrap-up with myself, Elvin Elditch. Now guys, before I get the next person into the studio for an interview, I thought I'd give them a bit of a pre-introduction. Why? Well, this person's only been in the business for 2 to 3 months, but they're a big fan of RPM League. And the reason for that is because RPM League, through the power of gamification, making things more fun and engaging, is able to wrap itself around key KPIs and really drive performance forward. So who is this person that I'm talking about? His name's Nick Cerise. Now you may have heard of him or you may not have heard of him, but after today when he's in the studio and we have a bit of a chat to him, you'll definitely know who he is and what he's about. Now, why is Nick Cerise important? Well, he's our new product director for Travelex. So as you can appreciate, when we've got RPM League wrapped around TMC, multi-cash passport, money transfer, VAT, whatever it may be, these are key products in which Nick is responsible for. So without further ado, let's get him into the studio and understand what plans Nick has for his products in 2018, and more importantly, how can RPM League really support? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RPM League, the wrap-up with myself, Elvin Elditch. I'm joined by a very special guest, Nick Cerise. Nick, welcome.
Thank you so much. Excited to be here.
So Nick, you're brand new into the business. You've only been here for 3 months. Mate, tell us a little bit about, the man behind Nick Cerise.
Yeah. I'm joining from Western Union, which is a large money transfer company, does payments globally. Spent about 13 years there through a variety of roles, both in kind of general management, product management, marketing, and across pretty much every line of business actually. And had really great exposure to what was a very global business, which is why I found the opportunity here at Travelex so exciting to be able to come here and join. I'm personally based in Denver. Okay. Married. Yeah. Have 2 little ones, a 8-month-old Hunter, little boy, and a 2.5-year-old little girl, Sienna.
Fantastic. Yeah. So busy man then, obviously.
Very busy.
So Nick, you join us as the new product director for the business. And in the last 3 months, you've been traveling the world. What are the observations out there so far about Travelex?
Yeah, I mean, I think first observation, the culture is amazing. Second observation, I didn't tell you I was going to do this, but I come, as we talked about, from a business that had a very large agent base. It had a very large front line. And one of the things that we never figured out was, how do you activate them? How do you inspire them? How do you get them behind something? Sure. And seeing the great work that you guys are doing here with RPM is just, it's phenomenal. It's probably one of the things that I got most excited about when I got here, because it was a nut we never could crack. And now coming here and seeing the great work this team is doing and the growth that it's driving. I mean, you look at the cards and seeing 21% growth year on year through this program, and the work that the team's doing, getting inspired behind this, it's phenomenal. So good job.
Listen, flattery will get you everywhere. Flattery will get you everywhere. I've got to say, the work that the guys have been doing around RPM League has been huge, and I think this is what's exciting about having you in the studio is, it's trying to understand, what you're about and what are you going to plan for 2018, so we can wrap RPM League around the KPIs of your products. Right. So tell us a little bit more about the observations.
Yeah, I guess I've gotten a chance to get out to market to a few different places. Awesome. And I guess the first month in, I took a trip down to Asia. And if we take a look at Asia, it's such an exciting opportunity. And I think it's probably a microcosm for our front line where this business will continue to evolve. Because you look at what they're doing and you say, we had this recent really big win with the Hong Kong airport, right? So it's our core. This is what we're known for. Yeah. Then you continue to expand. You go, wait a second, in Malaysia and Singapore, we're building new remittance businesses off the back of our cash FX business, of our exchange business. And so that's really exciting. And then you go, wait a second, they're also innovating in the core, and there's some top secret projects that we're doing, and we're building out a very unique and differentiated receive capability. Leon, keep up the good work. It's phenomenal. Okay, there you go. So you see this building the core, accelerating what we're doing in this new business called remittance, and innovating from within the geos, which I think it needs to become a part of our DNA, and will fundamentally change this business, both from kind of the front line all the way through to how we're delivering.
Sure. Well, listen, we're going to have to get you back onto RPM League, the wrap-up, to understand a little bit more about those top secret plans that are happening in Asia. So Nick, before I let you go, a question for you. The Express International Cup has just started. And as you know, the globe is competing for the #1 spot of driving remittance volumes. The question I have for you is, knowing what you know about RPM League and seeing the performance out there, particularly around the remittance market, who have you got your eye on to take out the cup?
Yeah, it's a tough question, Alvin. I mean, there's so many horses in this race. It's tough to pick a winner. I'll go through a couple that I could see as potentially emerging. I mean, just based upon pure market dynamics, North America has to have a great chance, right? The largest outbound corridor in the world. And then as you start to think about positions of strength and where are we already really strong, you look at kind of our shareholders business and the work that Tom Fain's doing in the Middle East, and you got to say, got a great shot. Right? And then you move down south and you look at Brazil and you go, the dynamics in Brazil, you know, remittance is in their DNA. They both have a strong inbound and outbound market. You go, wow, but those are got to be the ones coming out of the gate where you go, they could win.
Well, there we go. A very balanced response from one Nick Cerise. Well done there, mate. Any dark horses that we should keep an eye on?
You know, I guess the one that none of us will hear about because they're doing a lot behind closed doors is what I'm hearing. So there's a bit of scuttlebutt around. But we really probably need to look out for Japan. Japan's probably going to do something big here. And we got to look out for them.
Okay, so we've heard NAM, Brazil, Met, and Japan, the dark horse. There we go. Nick Cerise has put down his picks for the XM Cup in October. Nick, so great to have you here. Thank you for coming down. And listen, we look forward to having you back on the wrap-up to talk a little bit more about 2018 and beyond once you start to really solidify your plans. Will you come back?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
So, guys, that was a wrap-up. Until next week, good luck with sales.
Thanks, guys.